Hello Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising, and welcome to my channel Attila Tarot. In this video we're gonna look at what kind of energies you can expect in the month of December in the areas of money, career, finance. It's hard to believe it's the last month of the year. Before we jump into it, I want to thank all of you who's been with me throughout this journey this year. I'm really grateful for you. And let's jump into it with your oracle card. The card that has a message for you today says cut the cords. So cut the cord pretty much means that, sometimes it's all about attachment. There's something here that you have some kind of an attachment. Maybe you have an attachment to an outcome. Maybe you have an expectation of some sort. Maybe you have an attachment to a company, a business, or something that you want to achieve, something that you're kind of so attached, right? And this card is actually telling you that you need to cut the cord. You need to make sure that this attachment is no longer in your life, because maybe this attachment is no longer serving your greatest good. So very important for you to think about what is this cord that you need to cut, what is this attachment that you need to dissolve, because probably it's not serving you. Okay, so let's see what the tarot is telling us. In the center of your reading, we do have here for you the Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords is a card of lying, cheating, stealing, being dishonest, and all sorts of underhanded actions, something that kind of happens in the background, can be connected to when somebody is trying to steal your idea. Somebody is trying to steal your spot. Somebody is gossiping or doing things that are in the background that people cannot see. It can also be talking about when some people are kind of trying to escape something, when you're kind of getting caught, and this person is not trying to own up to it, but they're trying to get out of the situation. So obviously that can all part of it, but also you need to look at that. This card is also about approaching something from a new perspective. You need to apply some kind of a new strategy to your work, the way you do business, the way you are looking for a job, whatever your situation here. You need to start thinking about what is the new approach that you need, because there's some kind of an attachment to an old way of thinking as well. Maybe that's what you need to cut the cord of. And also when this card shows up, yes, it can be connected to lying, cheating, stealing, but also you need to look at why he's stealing those swords. He's stealing those swords because he doesn't want to continue to fight. He wants to sit down and have a more diplomatic approach to the situation. So, which kind of talks about that maybe more open communication, conversation would be beneficial in your situation of the work, what's going on right now. Okay, so let's see the first card we have here for you. Well, it is the Five of Swords. So Five of Swords is a card of conflict. It is a kind of conflict where there's lack of communication. Everybody is in it to win it, and all they care about is themselves. There's no communication, as I said, but there's no collaboration either. So this is kind of like, I can see a very cutthroat environment here with that Five of Wands and with that Seven of Wands. This is the kind of place where everybody's in it to win it. They're gonna lie, cheat, steal, and do everything they can to get whatever they want. So this diplomacy, this better communication is extremely important in your situation. And also, you need to kind of think about as well with that Five of Swords. What is the worth of winning? Because whoever is winning will pay a very high price for it. So what this card is really encourages you to think about, is it really worth to win at all costs? So that's quite clear here to have better conversations. The next card in your reading is the King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles is a court card, therefore it can be a person, your energy, or just the general energy of the card. What we need to know about that, this king is conservative, has all the resources, rich, and he's great with money, knows how to make money, and also he worked very hard for it. So this is not something that just came out of the blue. So this is talking about long-term results, long-term success. It can signify a leader, or also a leadership opportunity for some of you, where it looks like there's a pretty fierce competition for it, and people are doing whatever they can to get it. But again, the message is it worth to fight for it, or at all costs? Or, or would it be better if you cut the cord? Obviously, the decision is yours. The next card is the Four of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles, first and foremost, talks about financial stability. So whenever it comes up, it shows that you worked, again, very hard for something, you achieved a lot, and you accumulated a lot of wealth. No wonder, because we have that King of Pentacles. But also this card is talking about when we're kind of trying to hold on to something really closely, right? When there's something that we don't want to let go. So this can be when somebody's attached to a position, attached to a salary, or just simply attached to an outcome. And again, no wonder here that you have this message, cut the cords, because there's something here that some of you are trying to hold on to really badly. Now again, this can be connected to secrets, like some of you may be doing something in secret, especially that we have in a center that Seven of Swords, when you're kind of trying to maybe look for a job, and obviously you're not telling anyone. Some of you might have started something like a business or a project that you're not telling about. So obviously those can be important aspects of these cards when you read them together. The next card in your reading is the Knight of Wands. So Knight of Wands, it is another court card, can indicate a younger person. This is somebody who's very fiery, very passionate, likes new things, new approaches, new direction, and all sorts of adventures. Can be also connected to trips to exotic places, especially now that I'm kind of looking at that guy in the turban. Maybe there's some kind of a business opportunity here that might be connected to the Middle East for some of you. But also, when you kind of look at the Knight of Wands, he is a firecracker. He gets done things easily, effortlessly. He's a go-getter, action-oriented, new approaches as well. And it's actually a very successful card, especially if you're looking for a new job or you're thinking about starting your own business. What this card is telling us that you're going to be way more successful than you think you will. Alright, so the next card in your reading is the Knight of Pentacles. Again, it's another knight, so can be a person, your energy, or just the general energy of the card. And what this knight, we need to know about him, that he's very meticulous. He is putting a lot of effort into little details. Does everything by the book, everything by the rules, and because of it, it can signify a very, very slow-moving process. A slow-moving process that sometimes it feels like that nothing is happening. But once he gets going, he actually brings you guaranteed success. It can be an offer, a business deal, a job offer, or if you're trying to buy or sell property, definitely can be connected to that. Now let's talk about these two nights together here, because you have two nights. So they're very different. They're actually, I would say, probably the opposite of each other, because the Knight of Pentacles is very conservative, the Knight of Wands is very entrepreneurial. The Knight of Pentacles plans, and the Knight of Wands is go, go, go. Right? So whatever one of them is good at something that the other one doesn't like to do. And when you kind of look at these two energies, it might be very important for you to find a true balance between how much effort you're putting into planning and how much effort you're putting into going and getting things done as well. Now also with this Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, there's this, we talked about that, it can be an offer. So there might be here two offers, two deals that might come in. One of them comes in super fast, right? So this is the one that like comes in immediately, and maybe it is not there for a long time. But then you also have here this offer, which you might have to wait for a little bit longer, but this might be something that's more reliable, more of a sure bet type of offer. So definitely consider that. Some of you might be getting two job offers, two business deals. Some of you might be getting two offers in terms of like if you're trying to buy or sell a property. But very important for you to pay attention to those details that we talked about here with the Knight of Pentacles, because somebody might be dishonest here. Somebody might not show everything. What is the truth? Maybe there's some kind of a clause that you need to pay attention to. Again, there's many things. What is really important here for you to pay attention to all the little details. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the connection between the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. The reason it's important because what we need to know about the knights, that they want to become kings. And so therefore, there might be here an opportunity for an upgrade. It might be a promotion. It might be connected to an upgrade in terms of how you live, where you live, an upgrade to your business as well. There's something that kind of tells us that you're going to step up. But I kind of keep reminded to cut the cord. You need to kind of cut the cords from something in order to have that step up, that upgrade in your life. Alright, so let's see what's gonna be the final outcome of this reading. But before that, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and hype if it's available, because that's an indication that the reading helped you. And you can also help me to grow this channel to make sure that the message gets out to those who need it the most. For you, it is only costing a push of a button or some buttons. And I hope that you'll push those like, subscribe, hype buttons. And don't forget about the comment section. Let me know how this reading is resonating with you. Where are you watching from? And put in some positive affirmations into that comment section. For example, I think you can put in that I'm able to let go all those things that no longer serve me. I'm able to recognize when it is worth winning at all costs, or I always recognize people that are dishonest with me. Okay, so the next card in your reading is the Ten of Wands. So Ten of Wands indicates an end of a cycle, end of a difficult cycle, because what this card is showing us, that you've been putting a lot of work into something. You are working day and night, and you might be just simply exhausted. So when this card comes up, you need to think about how can you ease on the burdens you are carrying? How can you ease on your workload? Are you able to get some additional help? Are you able to talk to your boss? Or are you able to delegate something? Because you might be super exhausted, or just take a break. Sorry, like she is doing it. So definitely important to think about all of those, but also this card is indicating that you're very close to achieving something and let go of something. And I'm kind of getting it, the baggages, right? You remember with the Four of Pentacles that we talked about that some of you might be carrying a lot of things that you don't want to let go. Now, again, those cut the cord can symbolize as hurts or negative experiences that you might have gone through. And it's time for you to let go of all of those, cut the cords from those attachments as well. And I can see that, all this continuous fighting, this continuous lying, cheating, and being tricky is super exhausting for you. So it's very important for you to think about how long you want to deal with that. Okay, so the next card in your reading is the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is all about joy, celebration, gratitude, enjoying life to the fullest. So when this card comes up, you can expect something that's going to be very joyful for you happening. Maybe you're getting that job that you always wanted. Maybe you are getting promoted. You're getting that business deal as well. Because this is a card of wish fulfillment. So maybe there's a wish here that you've been wanting, and I think you need to remove yourself, not to be attached to that to the outcome, how you're gonna get there, because I'm kind of getting here that you're gonna get your wish fulfilled as long as you are not super attached. What's gonna be the path to it? Okay, so the next card in your reading is the Tower. So the Tower is a card that brings you a quick, sudden change. The kind of change that turns your world upside down. And this can be connected to old structures crumbling. It can be connected to restructuring, right? When an organization is going through something where there's new leadership, there's new approaches, new leadership structure or organizational structure. Now, again, this can be connected to a job loss. This can be connected to something that practically changes from one day to the other. Or also changing the way you think as well. Because the Tower can be this moment of epiphany when you're kind of realizing that, oh my God, this thing is really not working for me. Now with the Tower, there's this eruption that happens when you're kind of freed as well. So for example, sometimes a Tower happens in our life when there's some kind of a decision that you've been trying to hold off and not making a decision. So let's say you are in this industry or in this work environment that's super toxic, right? Like you can kind of see here that there's a lot of underhanded action. Everybody is just going at each other's throats. And you're like, okay, I should get going, but you're not making a decision. Now, if that's the case, the Tower means that the universe will make that decision for you. So obviously the timelines for everyone is different. So some of you might have already gone through this Tower when you kind of suddenly, maybe some of you just decided that, okay, I'm leaving this job. Some of you might have gone through a restructuring. Some of you were laid off. Whatever the situation is, it's actually good for you. And I can tell you why it's good for you, because you have here this cut the cord as the main message that you need to let go of something or a situation or a place. And you have there that Nine of Cups, which tells you that there's going to be some kind of a wish fulfilled here. So I'm kind of seeing that this Tower is actually a good Tower from that perspective. Now at the bottom of the deck, what we have here for you is the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, it's another court card, so can be a person, your energy, or just the general energy of the card. Well, this queen has been through a lot of challenges, difficulties, and it's very hard to mislead her. So if you can, because you know she is the queen of clarity. She's logical, she's smart, and she is able to see through when somebody is trying to pull something like that. Seven of Swords. So there's kind of a couple of things here. Some of you will be able to see clearly because the Queen of Swords is all about seeing clearly for the first time. So I think clarity is definitely coming to you. I think whatever is connected to that tower, I think you're going to be able to realize that, oh my God, why I was staying in this position or situation for such a long time. Again, it can be a leadership opportunity, like when you kind of look at these two cards, the Queen of Swords and that King of Pentacles. There might be here two leader as well, a partnership or some kind of something between these two leaders. Maybe those are the ones that are cutting the cords with each other. All right, let's see what do we have from this deck for you. We have here the maturing card, growing affluence, diversify, power, benefits, strength, gain, authority. Might we have here quite a few influence cards with those kings and queens. Now obviously we have here the growing, the growth. We talked about that with that Knight of Pentacles and that King of Pentacles. And the authority as well. So I think you can expect that your affluence is gonna be grow, and you're gonna be able to increase your wealth. But I think there's some kind of a cord here that you need to cut in order to achieve that. So that's all I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I'll be able to welcome you in 2026 as well. And I hope you're gonna have a beautiful holiday season.